Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Print to Pro, Troy Lambert with the Plot Dude and Stacy, edits by Stacy. We are getting together today to talk to you about something that's very, very, very exciting. It's been around a little bit, and you may have even seen it in your guys's as you're scrolling, right? Because it may already be targeting you as an ad, but you may not know what it is. So I want you to just take a seat, get a pad and paper out. We're going to give you some notes, and we're going to give you some, we're going to relieve you right now from something that's probably a pain, one of the biggest pain points I think a lot of authors have. So, well, first let me start from this point. Story time.
Let's tell a story.
Yeah, that's what we're good at. A while ago, once upon a time, there was a Stacy, and she had a lot of friends that hired her to edit books and help them publish, and we were on this journey, and a lot of the friends told Stacy that they wanted something that was easy, because creating a website was the biggest pain in the neck ever, and it was super expensive. And Stacy went on a quest, and she went looking for friends that could help her create this website thing for authors that would make it easy, so they didn't have to go to Wix or WordPress, the monstrosity of WordPress and all that complexity. They just wanted a simple place to build an easy website. And we became friends with one person in particular that we still know and love very much, but we could never get developers to help us. Troy and I were just struggling with this, because it was like, how do we do this? And then also, maybe we should make it a community as well. And, and Stacy, I'm going to stop talking about myself in the third person now. I was constantly,
because it's really awkward.
It's really awkward. I was really very concerned with making sure that it was just this particular pain point that was the most focused on at the time. And we just couldn't get anybody to do that. Right. It was proving to be difficult. And Troy, you understand some of the logistics behind that. And I don't know if we want to bore everybody with that technical
battle.
No,
but I'll make it really quick. Is essentially, so with WordPress, you can get, and Wix and the other ones, is you can get what we basically call what you see is what you get website builders.
Right.
Okay. Those are useful. And some of them have a relatively easy learning curve, some of them have a harder learning curve, but at least you don't have to know how to code and all that kind of stuff. But the problem with Wix is it doesn't really do well as far as search engine optimization and getting your website found. So unless you're deliberately driving traffic there, it's not going to work out really well for you. WordPress is, 80% of used to be, I think that number is going down now with some AI changes, but used to be 80% of the websites on the web were made using WordPress. It was super popular. It was relatively easy to use, and you could have someone set it up for you, and then you as an author could conceivably make changes to it fairly easily. And this all comes from my SEO background and all that kind of stuff. But what authors were really looking for was, I just want to put some information into a form or something, and I want a website to appear. And maybe I need to make a few modifications for it, but I want it to be really easy and super simple. And so Stacy and I both were like, hey, this is a great idea, but how do we do it? And logistics behind it, before we had some of the tools that we have now with large language models and stuff, was just basically, it was really hard to go from a form to a web page within the background of programming and make each one for each author individual to their books, their colors, whatever the things that they wanted to do, right? And to make a nice looking website that was mobile responsive and all the various things that you have to do. It's just complicated. So when we talk to developers about it, they would say, well, this is a little more complicated than you think it is.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
and this was a couple years ago too. This was
and this is a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, 4 years ago when we kind of started this. And at that time, large language models and the coding things that we have now with Claude code and OpenAI code were not even a
They weren't
thing,
even a
let
thing.
alone having some kind of a wrapped tool
Right.
that would code for you,
Right.
basically. So essentially, that's the problem that we were encountering. Was I really wanted to give authors a really simple answer, and every time they asked me what should I do for my website, my answer was, it depends. Let's have a
Yeah.
talk about your technical ability. Let's have a talk about what you want to do with your website. And it turns into this nightmare because then we have to add in your email list. And I say, well, you need to verify your domain for your email list provider. And they'd be like,
What
I
does
don't
that
even
even
know what that
mean?
is or
Yeah.
where I go to do that.
Hmm.
And so, but finally, there
Finally.
is a solution.
Finally.
And I will tell you how I heard of this solution, like kind of, it was floating around, right?
Yeah.
But my friend Vincent Zandri, who's also our partner and our
who
publisher and stuff like
who
that.
let's tell them about Vincent. Like Vincent is a
Yeah,
well-established author who's been
well-established
traditionally
author.
and
Yeah.
indie published. He's won multiple awards. He's a New York Times bestseller list author. He's also a
Yeah.
USA Today bestseller. Like this guy, he's been around the block a
Well,
few
and
times.
yeah, he's been in the industry longer than I have,
Right.
primarily because as far as like our indie careers, actually my indie career started a little bit before his indie career because
Hmm.
he was still very much doing things in the traditional realm.
Traditional vein.
But he's been in the industry longer than I have. And we both of us have seen this over and over, all these different types of things where somebody tries to offer you a website thing that's really simple. And it turns out it's not really simple. It's not as simple as you'd like it to be. So Vincent says, we were talking about something else. He says, hey, have you seen this Tertulia thing? I'm like, I've heard of it, but I haven't played around with it at all. He goes, it is amazing. He said, I just went and entered one of my ISBNs or ASINs. I think it was an ASIN that he entered. And he goes, it pulled in almost all of my books instantly. And I went, what?
Mhm.
Like, what are you talking about? And it pulled in his bio and all that kind of stuff. And we'll talk about that
So,
in
but
a
I
little
will
bit.
show you, I'll show
You
you
know,
what it did. So this is now Vincent's website using Tertulia.
yep.
And so his books are all in here. These by links are all set up. His series is all set up. So that's what he means when it
Hmm.
pulled in all his books. It pulled in
Right.
all of
And
these
you can,
books.
there's some things that you can do to customize this, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the primary thing is that one of the most time consuming things about a website, if you're an author, is that you have to go get all of those links, all those book covers, all the blurbs, and copy and paste them into the website or do something with them. And basically, what this builder does is it pulls them from Amazon or whatever other retailer you give it, right? Depending if it's with your ISBN, sometimes it'll pull it from let's say Ingram Spark or wherever you have your books in print, right? Wherever that ISBN is associated with that book, or your ASIN, and it'll pull your information from Amazon, right? The key of that is that it pulls in whatever latest blurb is up there. Now you may want to edit that later, or whatever. You may want to change that a little bit, but it also pulls in some links for your books naturally that it finds naturally. It doesn't find them all. We'll talk
No.
about that in a little
Well,
bit too,
yeah.
but it finds a lot of them. And so the point is you start with a website that has links to buy your books. It has covers, it has descriptions, it has your bio, and it has a few basic pages
And it has, most importantly, a form for people to sign up to get on your
for
newsletter
your
list.
on your newsletter list. And let me tell you, so like with Vince's, even with all of his stuff, it took it probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes to pull everything in. When I did mine, which I have a little less than Vince does, but when I pulled in mine, it was literally about 45 seconds, maybe a minute long, and it had pulled all of that information on almost all of my books. Now, it didn't capture them all, but it captured almost all of them.
Mhm.
So I still had a little bit of work to do, but like that little bit of work for some was just to go get the ASIN or the ISBN off the book that it missed and paste it into the web builder, and it still pulled all that cover and blurb information and stuff. And then you can change the design around that, but
Mhm.
all of the information that would take you hours to go collect and pop into a new website for yourself,
Now done.
it did instantly.
So
instantly.
So
Anyway,
the point of this video is to let you know that Troy and I have reached out to Tertulia. We have created a partnership with them. They have given us and offered us an opportunity to help you authors get their service for a discounted rate. Now, what's really great about this is even if you don't use our discount, this is so affordable. Um,
mhm.
this is more than affordable. I think without the discount, it's like $100 a year. So
It's $7.99 a month, which works out to
yeah,
$97 a
something
year or
a
something
year.
like that.
Mhm.
Because I
So
just did mine. I did mine before we got the discount. I was
yeah.
silly, but you know,
That's
um,
okay. I did it with one of my clients as well to get to play around with it. And we'll give you guys we're going to create a tutorial for you so that if you decide you want to use Tertulia, you can follow our tutorial and it'll let you know how to kind of get things going for yourself. But what the point of this video is to let you know that Troy and I are very excited about this. We are supportive 100% with this company. They are 100% author focused on making sure that you maintain control of your author business, which is very much that that's Print to Pro's motto, right? So we
mhm.
want to make sure that you understand and know that there's a way to get Tertulia through Print to Pro. They're actually working on a way to have it so that Troy and I can then also help you manage your websites too. So if you want us to help you set this up and actually put it together for you, and then if you want us to ever go in there and help you fix things or whatever, they're going to make it so that we have the ability to do that, because currently they have a sign-in system that doesn't allow multiple people to be signed in and multiple devices. So just letting you know off the bat that is an option. If you want us to help
Mhm.
you, that is something we can help you do. And so we're extending to you an invitation to check out Tertulia. We are going to share with you a link that is either you can look at it and sign up through our affiliate link or through our membership discount link, which is I think the same thing, but you
Mhm.
get you get a discount by signing up with us. And I think it's like $20 off. So it's like instead of being
Mhm.
$100 a year, it's like $80 a year or 70. Actually, I think it was
Yeah, and it's even it
it's like
was I think it
$83. $83.
$83 was the total, and I think that for the one client that we did that for, and I think that was including tax or
That
something
include
like
yeah,
that.
it includes everything.
So
Yeah.
tax in your area may be different or whatever the case may be. But it also gives you a discount off the monthly if you just want to try things on a month-to-month
Yeah.
basis instead of an annual. Although with this particular program, a lot of programs I'll try them month to month for a while. This one I just jumped in
Yeah.
and
I
did
mean,
the
it
annual
just feels so
because
worth it.
it's really amazing. Let me show you really quick, you guys, really quick what that
Yeah.
sign-in page looks like. It basically just will bring up a page that looks like this, something like this.
Hmm.
It might not have this little banner. Some of them do, sometimes they don't. But basically, it gives you, instead of a 7-day trial, it gives you a 14-day free trial. Um, and the way you end up signing up is basically you just enter your first ISBN or ASIN here, your Instagram handle if you want it to, and then it'll find your socials
It'll find your
too,
bio.
and then you type see your website, and that will allow you then to create an account, but you'll see what your website could potentially look like I say, this process will take like 30 seconds. Like
Right.
it's super fast.
It's
It's going to
super
be
fast.
super quick for you. So anyway,
So we'll
um
we'll we'll give you a tutorial in a later video, a follow-up video of
mhm,
this one to kind of explain to you how this all works and what this looks like. But like I said, Troy and I are very excited. If you guys have any questions or you want to talk to us personally about this, we are going to create a sign-up sheet where we're going to have the where you can set up a time with us to talk about this. If you want to just jump in and just say, Troy, Stacy, will you guys just do it for me? If that's the case, we're gonna have an ability to do that as well. And what we've decided we're gonna just charge you for 2 hours of time that it would take to kind of make sure everything is there and set up and everything, and also to have that back and forth with you. I think we were thinking like $200, and we would set that whole thing up
Right.
for you.
And to let you guys know what that really is about is when you first set up your site, and you'll see this in the tutorial, not all of your links are going to be there and be correct. Not all of your books will
Not all your
be
blurbs will be,
there. Yeah,
yeah,
not all your blurbs. Your blurbs will kind of run together
yeah,
into like a big single paragraph. In a lot of cases, you don't want that. And so there's some other little nitpicky things that we
yeah.
can fix for you, or that you can choose to
Or
do
you can
yourself.
just do
Either
it
way.
yourself. Yeah,
Um,
it's so
we
easy.
encourage you to do it yourself, but I
Yes,
also, like, I understand if you want someone to walk you through changing the first few or something like that,
yeah.
or if you just feel like I don't want to spend any time doing this, so I want you guys to do it for me, then we're available for things
We
like that. But
we have
really,
clients that do that too.
the fixing things are just little
Yeah,
nitpicky things on each page.
yeah.
They're really not that hard.
No,
So yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
So anyway, so we're really excited. Tertulia, Tertulia.com. Again, we'll put the link in this email. And if you're watching this video via something else, just I don't know if we put this on social, or I don't know. We'll have to see where we end. If you're
mhm,
watching this in some other way or some other fashion, I will put it in the description as well, and you can get the affiliate link in
mhm.
the description. All right. So again, super excited. I mean, like Troy and I are super excited. This is one of
Oh
those things
yeah.
that just solves all kinds of problems. And going forward, this is going to be definitely one of those additions to Imprint Academy that we will be pushing 100%, because I can't stress enough how much this is just ease and price reduction and complexity eliminated, right? Like it's just all
Oh
just
yeah.
so much better. So much
Solves
better.
so
So
many
many things.
problems.
So yeah, so if you've got an author website that you just want to sell your books and build that community, this is the new builder for you. This is exactly what you need. So again, thanks again for joining us, like following us on everything. If you need anything more and you want to talk to us again, just let us know. I'll have all that information for you in this email. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope, I'm
Okay.
good. Thanks.
We'll send a follow-up with a tutorial to those of you who want it. So yeah, we're excited to see you like succeed. we'll, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, everyone.